China and the European Union have since the early 2000s, more precisely since 2003, have significantly developed bilateral relations on an institutional level, on a day-to-day level, and they have developed a number of sectorial dialogues. Altogether now, the European Union and China work together in 50 different sectors. They have regular sectorial dialogues, and the cooperation on a day-to-day basis between the European Commission and various ministries in China can be described as very intensive. To be sure, however, recently in a sense, over the last 2 to 3 years, relations between the European Commission and the European Union, more in general, and China have been focusing on problems on the bilateral trade agenda, problems revolving around copyright violations, problems revolving around market access obstacles in China, problems revolving around intellectual property rights, problems revolving around a growing trade deficit in China's favor. And then things change, however, over the last 2 years, in the sense that China's position seems to have become stronger. When the euro went into crisis a year and a half ago, when Europe was more and more burdened by sovereign debt, and when Europe and some member states concerned were looking for countries and actors to buy their sovereign debt, China all of a sudden came to the forefront, in the sense that all of a sudden European governments were very eager to convince China to buy sovereign debt, in the sense that it turned out to be an ironic situation. The developing country, which China officially still is, found itself in the position of being asked by several European Union member states to buy Europe's debt. Which of course in a sense is ironic, because a developing country should in theory not be buying government debt of highly industrialized countries here in Europe. So China was beginning to operate more and more from a position of strength, in the sense that there were concerns also in Europe that China would exploit that situation and ask for concessions from Europe, concessions in the form of lifting the arms embargo which Europe imposed on China in 1989, concessions in the form of asking the European Union to officially and finally recognize China as a market economy, giving China the market economy status. Of course, China itself wanted, or had, or still has to diversify its global investments. China cannot go on forever buying US debt, US Treasury bonds, because this investment, of course, is not a very profitable one. So in a way, the European Union crisis, the euro crisis, also gave China an opportunity to diversify its investments and invest where there was more money to be made. Hence, in a way, China operated from an position of strength on the one hand. On the other hand, of course, Europe's sovereign debt crisis intensifying also gave China an opportunity to invest elsewhere, and not only in the US. Whether this created the basis for more cooperation other than the field of economics and economy, that remains to be seen. I mean, the European Union and China have been trying to work also together in international politics for a number of years, try to coordinate policies in Africa and Central Asia and other parts of the world. But the more the Europeans hope to be working together with China in international politics, international security, the more it turned out that the European Union and China are too different as regards respective approaches to international politics and international security. So arguably, the more the Europeans and the European Union and the European Commission in particular wanted to cooperate with China, the more it turned out that such cooperation, such concrete on-the-ground cooperation with China is difficult, because the approaches to international politics and security are so fundamentally different that the European Union and China can hardly be referred as natural partners as regards cooperation in international policy and security in general, and of course in places like Africa in particular.